Alright, Dragon Ball Super fans. Now, in episode 127, we saw Android 17 make a very human-like decision by sacrificing himself in order to save Goku and Vegeta from elimination from Jiren's very powerful attack. Now, the question remains, do you believe Android 17 will be resurrected at some point before the ending of Super via the Dragon Balls? I'm not being very specific on which set because we don't know who's going to win the tournament. Now, assuming the end of Dragon Ball Super is not going to change any of the details of Dragon Ball Z's ending, then we know that Universe 7, I wouldn't say is going to win the tournament, but they'll survive, whether it be that Goku and Frieza lose, so Jiren wins, but after seeing the power of trust in each other, Jiren decides to use the wish to wish back all the universes that were erased instead of his own selfish purposes, and Universe 7 survives. Or if Goku wins, or Frieza for whatever reason, and they use Dragon Balls to wish back everybody. Now, I'm just wondering how that will work out, because if you remember, Android 17 wasn't erased, he pretty much sacrificed himself. So I don't know if that, I don't know if I'm being too nitpicky here, but given the fact that there's so many retcons and whatnot, the Zenos changing the rules as they see fit, who's to say that the writers wouldn't do the same about the Super Dragon Balls? I mean, they could just be more specific, like, could you bring back everyone and everything that lost their life or whatever during the tournament itself? Then Android 17 could be brought back. But again, I feel like it will be an interesting way of writing it. So yeah, let's use the Dragon Balls to wish back everybody who was erased, but 17 wasn't erased. I could see one of the angels like Whis or the Grand Priest mentioning that because he sacrificed himself, he was not erased. He was still able to go to the other world. So you might actually think, oh, that's no big deal. Why not just use the Earth Dragon Balls to wish him back? But it was shown in the well, more specifically in the manga of Dragon Ball Super, that when the wish was used back during the Cell Game saga to wish back everybody that Dr. Gero and his androids had killed, 17 was brought back, and the manga that actually showed 17 standing and near the crater during, well, excuse me, the crater formed from Gohan and Cell's Kamehameha Wave struggle. And then Android 18 went to see him after she left the lookout, and then they pretty much went their own separate ways. So theoretically speaking, unless this was retcon, and well, I wouldn't say retcon, but the Dragon Balls got upgraded by Dende to bring back a person to life more than once, then Android 17 wouldn't be able to be brought back to life using the Earth Dragon Balls. Obviously, the last and most reasonable choice, just using the Namekian balls to bring him back to life. But I just wanted to get your opinion on that. What do you think will happen with Android 17? Do you think he'll be brought back? I really think they would do whatever it took to bring him back, considering that he is a major reason that their team has gotten to the point, or as far as they've gotten so far. The opponents he's helped defeat, it's just, I don't think Android 17 will be sacrificed without being brought back in some way, shape, or form, given the fact that, you know, it's his job to guard the island from poachers. So I don't think that Goku would allow that to happen, especially with a family and kids of his own, Android 17. So with that being said, how do you think Android 17 will be brought back into the series, if he is brought back into the series? So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm really new at this in terms of this channel itself, but I want to get as many people on board as possible so I can continue bringing more content.